It appears the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party in Enugu State, Mr. Peter Ndubisi may be disqualified from the race over allegations of forgery of National Youth Service Corps certificate, which he presented to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). These findings were made known at a press briefing in Abuja held by the Total Support for Rule of Law and Justice Initiative and Enugu Progressive Forum. The group, through its Director of Communications, alleged that the NYSC had, in a letter dated 1st February 2023, confirmed that it did not issue the said certificate of national service presented to INEC by Mr. Mba.
We have in our firm possessions the confirmation documents that the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party Enugu State, Mr. Peter Ndubisi Mba, has presented to the Independent National Electoral Commission a certificate of national service purported to have been issued by the National Youth Service Corps. Here is the certificate. The document he presented as NYSC said certificate is a document which he ought to know was fake, forged, contrived, and manufactured outside the knowledge of the authority that should produce such documents.
The groups called on the candidate to clarify and explain to voters in Enugu in factual and reasonable terms the circumstances surrounding the alleged forgery, and in the event his stance holds no water, he must withdraw from the race.
It would be an act of great disservice to Enugu for a man who has been exposed for committing the crimes of forgery, perjury, impersonation, and several other crimes to be allowed to stand election into the hallowed office of the governor of Enugu State, particularly at these trying times. Nigeria will recall in the submission of their documents for election to the INEC, candidates were expected to depose to affidavit in Part E, Question 6 of the affidavit in support of personal particulars, otherwise referred to as Form EC9. Candidate Peter Ndubisi Mba was asked the question, have you ever presented false certificates to INEC? And the answer in capital letters, no. Yet in the same affidavit he had in Part C, attached the said certificate, which the NYSC, after 2 months of careful search, confirmed that was not issued by the corps.
While the Total Support for Rule of Law and Justice Initiative and Enugu Progressive Forum said it had applied to authorities for information, clarification, verification, confirmation, and explanation, it is worthy of note that this development comes less than 3 weeks to the elections.